More than a that, more than a that.
Join the More Than a Dad family by following us on Instagram, subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to join our Facebook group for daily questions, motivation, dad jokes, and new dad tips. If you enjoy our podcast, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Be sure to like, comment, and share our content with other parents. Last but not least, make sure you check out our new merch. The link is in the bio of our Instagram as well as the description of this YouTube video. We are truly grateful and thanks for supporting More Than a Dad. Welcome to More Than a Dad podcast. I'm your host, Lou Mobley. I am joined by the coolest guy on earth, Dre Moore, and we are blessed to have one of my wife's close friends in the building. Lauren, what's up?
What's up, Lou? What's up, Big Lou? How you doing?
What's up, Lauren?
What's up?
We always start off, how's mom life?
The struggle. Just like parent. I mean, if you a parent, you in the struggle. It's a struggle. We had a struggle. We're struggling, but it's the best life. So we cool.
Yeah, we're gonna start this off just like this. As a single mom, what's some of the challenges you face raising a son?
You ain't even going like. That's a hard question.
No, we try to jump in. We ain't got no time to waste.
No. I'm just gonna be very transparent. That it's heavy because he's not just a son, he's a black man, right? So it's a lot of pressure because you have to make sure that you are establishing a good foundation on both my end and making sure that he has good male perspectives in his life. That's super important. So I think that's one of the hardest challenges, is just making sure he well-rounded, especially how we growing up. I mean, you know best. I mean, just from where Manny is, he ain't going to no around the way daycare.
Right.
He's experiencing different people and different things and different colors and, friends that, I'm a she, I'm not a he, and you got a haircut. So I think, we have to, the hardest part is preparing him for the world that I didn't experience growing up. Right. So I know you can definitely attest to that.
Yeah, I just think it's important to try to have male figures. There are limitations, right? So that's just kind of what I'm hinting towards. I think moms have done a great job for generations stepping up, being single moms sometimes. But at some point or another, I think guys seek out, that male perspective, male leadership, and they gotta learn how to be a man somewhere, right?
Well, I think it's also important. We talked. I have a very different perspective on just family, co-parenting. Period. So my priority in my son's life is to make sure that he know who his father is.
Okay.
So whether we together or not, he knows who his dad is, and that is the primary male figure in his life.
Right.
So and as a single mom who is not with his father, one of my main priorities is to ensure that my relationship with his dad don't cloud his relationship with his dad.
Right.
Oh, that's dope.
Because that's the most important thing. I mean, just watching the men that I love in my life, their relationships were clouded with their fathers based upon their relationships with their moms.
Yeah.
And there's no reason for that.
No, I feel that.
So that's super.
Put their emotions to the side and take the emotions out of it, and then they get in between it, and then it becomes.
I mean, but you got to be real. It's hard. It's hard. You have a baby. I'm being a girl, okay?
Right.
I'm being a girl.
You gotta be an adult.
Y'all gotta come out of y'all man shell a little bit. I'm being a woman, and I'm gonna tell you, it is hard when you have a baby with somebody. And we talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
It's hard for you to kind of reestablish like your status quo and your feelings, right? You are a woman, you are in love, or you were in love, and now you have this human that you either made from this love or this one night stand or whatever. Okay, you got feelings regardless, right? So you have to cipher through all of that, right? And then we had that conversation. As somebody who is pregnant and you're going through pregnancy, you have expectations through the wazoo.
Right.
of what type of father you want, who he gonna be, how he gonna interact with your child, and then you have requirements, right? If you become a parent, you got a requirement to that child to parent and provide.
Right.
So how you have to at some point decide when you're gonna let your expectation go, and a lot of our expectations are rooted in emotion.
Right.
And so and I had to learn this early. As a mom, you have to, especially somebody who you know you're not going to be with the brother, okay? You have to be able to establish you have to be able to establish what you want that relationship to be. And it takes a lot of forgiveness.
All right.
And it take a lot of patience, cuz dads ain't the easiest folk.
Y'all not either.
Y'all not the
don't do
easy.
that.
Y'all easy?
I'm not saying we
Yeah,
easy.
But we not. You know why? Because you got emotions. There's no emotions involved on our side.
But that's what the problem is.
Why? Your emotions cloud your logic. Then we got issues. Yes.
But okay, time out. Okay, okay, hold up. I need a moment. He trying to hit me with the 1-2. Yes.
Right.
But you also have to understand, when I push this child out from my 27 hours of labor,
Oh man.
I don't got no logic, okay?
Not the
It's
27
no
hours.
logic. So it takes patience, because you're in this logical mindset. I'm in this emotional mindset, because not only did I create a human, he here now. My expectation of what you should be doing as a father, you may not be meeting that. And so I got to get my life together and understand that, okay, I had this expectation, but now what is the requirement for this little boy?
Pause. So what if a man just said you ain't meeting the expectation as a mother? That'd be the craziest
Can I keep
conversation.
it? But can I? Okay, so this is the part where so it's funny, because my co-parenting relationship with my son's father is very much, he call me on my stuff and I call him on his stuff.
Okay.
It be times where he be like, you effing up. I need you to get it together.
Right.
And you have to, we're to a point where I could take that.
Okay.
Where he could take that. We ain't always get there. I mean, baby boy 4.
Right.
So it's
that's
been journeys,
Oh,
right?
that's fast.
It's fast.
Hell yeah.
How?
Because like I still like my oldest son is 12, about to be 13. Me
Okay.
and his mom still like don't be.
I didn't say we don't beef. I ain't say I don't want to rock 'em, sock 'em robots
Yeah,
sometimes.
but
I ain't say that. What I
Man,
said was,
I don't see a situation where like I call her on her stuff and it just goes over like, oh, I just accepted that.
but here's another thing too. It's a mutual respect thing for us, right?
Okay.
I'm speaking for myself. I hope that I'm articulating this correctly, because he's not here, right? So my articulation of that respect is, I respect you to run his day-to-day life. He lives with you. Right. So you're in charge of his day-to-day life. But I respect him as a father to do, I can't raise I could raise a black man, but I can't teach him how to be a black man. I don't know what that feels like.
Right.
So how can I say, yeah, this is what black men supposed to do? I don't know that. Right. I could tell you a lot about being a black woman. I can't tell you nothing about being a black man.
Right. And that was the limitations that I was speaking to. I'm glad that you were aware of them and you put it back on his dad to step up and fulfill that.
Well, it's the village too.
It's the village?
It's the village.
Let's-
We got a good village.
Yeah, let's talk about the village. You said you had some interesting views on
They
the
hold
village.
it down. They hold it down. They hold it down. The village hold it down. I know you talked about in one of the previous episodes. Well, it wasn't an episode. You talked about Manny struggling to tie his shoes, and you talk about how you tell your wife help isn't coming.
Yeah, white help is not coming.
Help is not coming. So I would say this: my village is amazing.
Okay.
And people don't show up the way you want them to show up, but they show up the way they need to.
Okay.
And I don't know if that makes sense.
No, you got to elaborate.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you gotta, yeah.
so I'm just gonna be very honest. When I had my son, I was 22, just about that. And I just said my age on camera.
Not
Take
even
that out.
old.
So anyway, I was 22 and I was young. I'm not from here, so my mom isn't here. His family is here.
Okay.
And let me tell you, I wasn't with him. That was another situation I thought was very easy for me. When you know you're not together, that's a totally different scenario, right? So I know I'm not with you. I don't foresee us being together in the next year or so, or 2 years. I'm not going to fight because we're not going to do that, right? So you your reality sets in really quick. And because my mom wasn't here, his mom and his dad and his family stepped up and helped, right? Him and I have mutual friends from college. Some of the best black men I've ever met in my life. They stepped up. Like, I had one of them 7 months pregnant. We going to the furniture store because he just got his new apartment. He like, you walking too fast. You know, checking on me. My sister, my mom, whenever I need them, they come. And my Jersey, New York. My brother, he came and watched my son until he was ready to go to daycare. And my brother at the time, he was maybe 20, 21. So the village is interesting. But I think a lot of people say things like, now we're seeing on social media, because I patient parent, and a lot of stuff going on social media is like, don't make your kid hug the person if they don't want to hug. Don't make them call if they don't want to call. But if the village requires that, right, and they're supporting you, you got to do something, right?
Right.
So like, you know, those cards that moms send out for Christmas, and I know people in my village who love them things. Like, you know, some people, I don't need that. You can send me a text. But there's other people who love to get a Christmas card from my son.
Right.
Right? There's people who I've called to just pick up my son on a whim, and have done that and have been in my life ever since. The village is necessary, but you also have to, if the village is giving you advice, you need to take it. Okay. You also need to be able to take criticism. So, and I'm gonna be honest, from certain people. So, like, for example, I didn't know what I was doing, and so a lot of the people that I knew were moms or dads. I asked, "Is this normal? Is this what's supposed to be happening? When should I put him in a high chair?" Right. Because they know better than I do. A lot of moms now, they don't do that.
Yeah, because they don't have the village.
Right, yeah, you was blessed to have, like, that whole situation. Like,
but I also think you make your village. So you could say that, but you have to create your village.
Yeah, but people don't be having that many hands on deck and that many people that's, like, willing to help and willing to jump in.
You don't need a whole lot of people.
Man, you just named a lot of people.
I know, but so here's the thing, and I don't want to misconstrue it or mix it up, but they weren't all there at one time. So my village is made up of people who maybe when Jeff was 6 months old helped me out. Right. You know, I consider Jeff's babysitter who he was with up until he was 2 years old part of my village, because she still call and check on him. She ain't had to take him. She ain't have to babysit him. You know what I'm saying? She's part of my village. She's somebody that I check with. His godfathers. I mean, they not there every weekend, but every birthday party that I have at Sky Zone, them mofos show up and jump for free, okay? Let me tell you something. If I'm having a party, they got to play for free, okay? I've never met bigger kids in my life. But it's not a consecutive thing. But you also have to be open to that. If you're not open to the village helping you, or if you're not open to people trying to help you.
Dre, my question is this. Do you have that village with your kids, and was that the same village you had growing up? Do you feel like you was watched by a lot of people and everything like that?
I ain't had that many people. I don't have that many people now. Like, I probably got one, maybe two people that could, like, watch Ashton, because he hard to deal with.
Can I ask a question though? So the first time I realized that I was a single mom, I went to Manny's birthday party, and it was at your house.
Yes.
You had a whole bunch of folks there.
Yeah, but just because people show up to the party don't mean that they're going to show up.
So why invite them anyway?
Because that's your family.
No. That's where you got the village messed up at.
What you mean?
So I don't invite people to stuff just to have bodies there. If I invite you,
that's your family. All right, like, for instance.
Okay, this will be.
No. Like, for instance, Manny's small, Osa is small. Same thing. I got a small kid. His mom and my mom are older. They can't watch our kids. So then what? I'm supposed to not invite my mom.
No, I'm not talking about them. You had a lot of people, like, I assumed y'all age that had other children that I assumed at the birthday
that
party
don't mean they pulling up.
Wait, can I finish?
Go ahead.
That you knew all of these people.
I do know them. Obviously, they there.
So my question to you is, this is a good question though.
Yeah, go ahead.
These people that show up to the birthday party, these people that they are not somebody that if you needed to go on a date night, you wouldn't send your kid over there?
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, your sample size and what you're pulling from is not real on a day to day or week to week, right? So you're talking about birthdays or weddings. You're talking about these events. Events are not, I'm trying to go take Varnia out. Who gonna come watch the kids for us? And then we got 2. It's easy to get.
Nobody want to watch 2 kids.
Yeah, nobody wants.
See, so now your whole
That's why I'm
now
good.
your whole theory
I'm cool.
is done.
And it's crazy because like I have a lot of like aunts or older cousins who are like aunts, and it'll be an aunt that take everybody kids a weekend. Like Aunt Jackie will have all us over there. Aunt Alice will have us all over there, and I had that growing up, that village, especially on my mom's side. But having my kids, I don't feel like that. And Varnia doesn't like want to send the kids everywhere, and she's a little overprotective. But the availability is not the same. It's not like we got 12 people that can just hop in and be babysitters. It might be Miss Thomas and them might watch them. My Aunt Alice might watch them, and my brother and his wife might watch them, and that's it. It kind of stops right there.
But that's the village. That's all you need. It sounds like I have a lot of people.
You named like 17 people.
Right. And you said your brother came and stayed
my
for
brothers
years.
came and stayed, but here for years you tripping. It was like six, 7 months.
7
Whatever.
months? You know,
It was
if I
7
get somebody obligated
No,
to watch
so-
my kids for 7 months, like what?
Stop. First of all, time out. You taking it out of context because first of all, my child was a newborn. I had to go back to work in 8 weeks, and where was I going to send him to daycare? Not my
Listen,
child.
I'm telling you,
he light skinned like
I'm
you.
telling you right now.
What does that even mean?
I don't
He high
have.
maintenance.
I don't have nobody in my phone right now that I could be like, yo, can you watch my kids
So
for the
my
next
whole
7
thing is
months every day?
So here's my whole thing. Why they in your phone? And
Because
I'm being very honest and
Oh my
transparent.
God.
No,
I know.
I'm being very honest and transparent. This is my thought as a mom. And I'm not saying watch my child. I'm not saying that. If I cannot trust you with my life, there's no reason why you're in my phone and you part of my life.
Lauren.
So I'm at a point
Lauren.
where.
Please let me talk.
Okay, go ahead. We're going.
Lauren,
Right.
Y'all taking it logical. That's what I
listen,
was talking
See?
about.
listen.
Exactly.
Every phone, everybody in my phone book, I can't call and ask them to watch my kids.
I'm not saying everybody in your phone book.
Everybody that's invited to Manny party can't. Everybody just can't. Some people are mutual friends that happen to have kids, and that's okay.
Right. We
That's
just
okay.
trying to-
We all
trying to get some kids to the party.
right. I got a moon bounce. We need to put like 15 youngins in there. Come on.
Okay. So again, we have different perspectives.
Moon bounce like $250.
No. I'm being very honest. We have different perspectives on
The village.
the village, right? So again, I might have named all those people, but it wasn't consecutive, right? I know that if I need somebody to pick up my son, at this point, my mom's not here. I need somebody to pick him up today. I maybe have 2 people that I could call. They might tell me no.
You don't have friends that work like Dre work overnight. He can't pick up Manny for
But
me.
here's another thing too. But that's circumstance, right? So we what I'm trying to tell you is just because he can't pick up, that don't mean he's not a part of your village. My question to you is when Manny ready to go to basketball games or also ready to play volleyball, who you calling to attend the game with you?
Probably Dre. That's my
Okay,
man.
that's your village then. A village is not only about helping you provide for your. This is too much. A village is not only about helping provide for your child. It's also about support to the mom or the dad.
No,
That's support.
No, you changing your definition on camera. You said that you need 17 people.
Like candid camera.
You need 17 people to
I didn't
on-call
say that.
babysitters.
I didn't
On
say
call.
that. I did.
24/7 on call.
Let me revamp what I'm saying.
can't
What
help
I'm
us, we can't
saying
be cool with 'em.
is what I'm saying is I would prefer everybody who's in my life to be a part of my village. Whether that part of my village is the support for me as a parent or the support that I can call to pick up my son. I'm not inviting no regular degulars who may have children that I know at work I'm sorry, no judgment, to my child's birthday party that I'm going to pay for. Let me tell you something. You and me, we will be in that bouncy house with Manny, okay? He will be our friends. That is it. Because essentially for me, I go off of energy, right? If I don't know you like that, why would you be around my son? Again, we talk about black men that got to grow up and they got to raise, they got to deal with the nonsense.
Some of them is Manny friends. You was at Manny's last birthday party?
Yeah, the
Right.
people was cool.
We don't know them people. We
But
can't
I
call
didn't-
them people and ask them
Okay,
for
yeah,
nothing.
but I wouldn't have invited them to my party.
Listen. See, we're not gonna do that. You throwing all the shade at Manny party.
I'm very. First of all, it was a really nice party. First of all, the pizza was bumping. Okay.
First of all, I want to shout out my wife for throwing a great
She's
party.
the bomb.
But I'm really. You want to know my takeaway from that party, just to fill our listeners in?
Yeah, my bad. We sidebarring.
Right. Was it like a playhouse or something?
It was Casalita's Playhouse in Ardmore. It was like a really. Yeah, I'm a mom.
Yeah,
I'm a mom.
pay us. No, but I'm really proud of how diverse he's growing up. You know, I'm from South Philly, and in my neighborhood, you know, we pretty much stayed together. Just, you know, I went to public school and everything in the area. Manny's growing up nothing like that, and it's something I'm really proud of.
All right, that's a fact.
You know, so yeah, don't be throwing no shade at our birthday
But no,
party.
can I? I just want to touch on that.
Invite them.
But,
You see that, bro? Like,
those his friends.
no, but that's my personal. I'm not judging. I'm just saying
that's his
personal.
But
daycare
they
friend.
his friends. They his homies. So we can't.
Okay, we got two totally different kids too. Every kid is different. I'm gonna tell you something. My son don't like nobody, so I gotta make friends up. But just to mention,
got a lot going on.
and you ain't noticed his mom is a mess, so my son is a mess. Okay.
Man.
Hold on. How you make friends up?
Pretend play.
No, don't do that. Don't do that
I'm
to
just
my son.
trying-
Like he be having imaginary.
Right,
friends. Don't
you
do
said.
that.
I'm just trying to
Don't do
figure out
that.
where we was going.
No, I'm saying like for example.
You gotta make him be friends with kids.
No, I don't have to make him be friends with kids. He got his own kids. Well, first of all, I hate the. I don't want to say this because then he might get kicked out of daycare. I don't like the daycare he's at. I really don't. And I'm just going to be very honest. I'm being very honest and transparent. I don't like where he is, but this is a part of parenting is what I can afford. Right? And so so in my mindset, it's also about the reception of parents. If you ain't invite me to your kid's birthday party, what makes you think I'm going to invite you to Jeff's?
Sure.
And I'm going to be honest, I love the parents at his daycare, but the daycare isn't the type of environment where you want to bust it up with other parents. It don't even give us that type of opportunity, whereas another daycare might. Okay. So that's why I say, like, I got to make up friends. Not that I have to make up friends. I mean, Jeff plays, like, he see his cousins every week. So and they older than him. Well, I don't. He's the only child on my side. Okay. But his dad is a whole bunch of them kids. And so, I mean, it's a lot of I didn't grow up with cousins and stuff either, right? It was just my family. It was 5 of us. It was my dad, my mom, my sister, my brother, and me. It was just 5 of us.
Right.
You know, and for whatever reason, those are the decisions that my father made was to, you know, not have us in a big family group. So I'm the only one in my family unit with a kid.
Right.
So, you know, his dad, they have a big family unit. You know, all of the cousins are together. Everybody is helpful. Everybody is, you know, loving. And so he loves his cousins. His cousins get invited to everything. Whether they come or not, they come.
Well, if he got a lot of cousins, it doesn't matter how many friends he got at school. Like Manny doesn't have that, right?
Yeah.
Manny doesn't have.
See, circumstances is different.
Right. So
yeah.
now you got
so Manny is like really popular at school. He gets invited to every birthday party. You feel me? So I actually think it's really annoying that, like, you know, you have to attend all these things. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if
not Lou telling secrets.
No, not even that it's a secret. Like, you know, like, I'm sorry, I like to be home. You know what I mean? But when you start, like, it'd be like consecutive Saturdays, like it get real. Like, you know,
it's too much.
2 to 4 every Saturday to go to a party the whole fall is a lot, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting overwhelmed because even Jeff is getting invited to like parties and stuff, and I'm like, yo, we can't go to that because we just can't go to that.
Yeah,
like,
and you don't want to have favoritism. Like, you like the dads. The dads is cool. Y'all be chopping it up about the Eagles, the Birds. You know what I mean? You don't want to. But come on, I'm not.
But single mom moment. I'm not gonna lie. I do have anxiety about going to birthday parties and stuff by myself. I think
Lou, you don't want to be in there.
No, Lou and Vanya's birthday party was with Manny that I came to where I first met you at. That was the first birthday party. I was like, oh, dang, I'm the only single mom here. I don't know if you were there. I was running around with the kids.
No, Dre was there.
You was there? I was running around. Everybody was all booed up, sitting there, looking at each other in the eyes. Dads was like trying to keep their kids.
Come on,
I was like, no, stop. I'm being honest. This was my perspective. The dads was trying to keep the kids out the mud and from eating grass, and I'm sitting there like running around because my son is 2, and he got his feet, so he's speeding through like rocks and don't want to keep his shoes on. And I really felt like, dang, I'm a single mom because everybody here got somebody.
Damn.
That was the first and that was the first experience, and it hit me in the chest because previous to that, we hadn't really been to a birthday party where I noticed parents.
Right.
Well, I know this parents. And I don't think it was a bad experience for me to have. It was a good experience for me to have.
Do you remember? So that was like really one of my first interactions with you, right? Since we here, we got to talk about it. It's something that I hold real dear to me. I didn't know Lauren at the time, and she comes up to me at Manny's very, very first birthday, and she says to me, "Thank you for taking care of my friend." And I didn't know her at all, so that's like a big thank you. She just came up to me. You know, you could speak a little bit where that came from the heart, because that was so beautiful.
Can I put Vanya business out there?
No.
No, like what?
No, I knew I was with Vanya for the most part when she was pregnant. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So I visit her at that apartment.
Mm-hmm.
I was a frequent visitor. We frequent flyer miles together. Our last year at college, me and Vanya were stranded together, and she went with me to see my first apartment.
Right.
And so we kind of just always kept in contact. I don't think we really hung out in college like that. We knew of each other, but we really didn't hang out like that. And so I had Jeff. Jeff was about a year and some change. And she was pregnant with Manny, and she was kind of going through a lot at the time.
Right.
And I just wanted to be a friend and be supportive. And then here come Lou.
Taking your
Here
friend.
come Big Lou. I had heard a whole bunch about Lou. I had heard how great he was. And listen, from their episode, Vanya was playing it cool, like she wasn't sweating. Look, let me tell you something. She did like Lou. She liked Lou. And I had just heard good things. And then you just start to see good things happen.
Right.
And so I think, and I'm being very honest and very transparent and not to laugh. One thing I know about black men for sure, and I'm just going to highlight black men because I think it's very important that we do that. There's a lot on your shoulders.
Right.
And then when you add being a parent, that's 10 more pounds on your shoulder.
Right.
And so I think that for you to take somebody else's burdens, not saying children are burdens, but to take somebody else's decisions, to take somebody else's burdens, and to say, you know what, this is going to be my child too, and if you leave me, you're going to have to give me rights on this one, right? I think that it takes a lot of heart to do that, and it takes a lot of appreciation, and I'm sure you get thank yous all the time, and I'm sure the kids' laughs are enough, but to have somebody who I've known Vanya and I've seen Vanya, I think it takes a lot to give somebody that thank you.
Right.
I don't think we give dads enough thank you. Like I would even say with my son's dad. Like sometimes it take I'll say thank you for the most randomest stuff. And he'd be like, what? Like, shut up. Like, you talking about thank you for the coat? Like, what are you doing? And I think like those little things for me, like just say thank you. Like there's a lot of things that, you know, happen. I think the world is on your shoulders. I think there's a lot of, we talk about expectation. There's a lot of expectation, and we don't thank y'all enough.
We appreciate that.
So it's a thank you.
That's a thank you to all the dads listening right there. We appreciate that. It's like I wanted to just talk to you a little bit about relationship and like as a single mom, right?
Yeah, you already walked us there with your
First of
whole
all,
birthday party story.
Please.
Not the whole birthday party story.
You already
I'm telling you, I'm trying to get back in the game. Okay, it's been 4 years. My son grown.
No,
It's not grown.
He grown. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. When they start asking for cereal, they grown. When they want cereal to eat, they grown. Cause that
You
means
got a long way to go.
I know I do. Stop. I'm going through it.
Oh, all right.
He's like getting.
Look, he getting
He's
too
four.
big for you now.
Huh?
He getting too independent for you now.
No, you can never be too independent for me. I only got one, so he's never too independent for me. But I think in my personal, and I'm just going to be very honest, I think 4 is a good age.
All right.
yeah.
Right. 5. It's almost time to get your butt whooped at 5.
No more ducking and smoke though.
Huh?
We got to get you before we get out of here.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, you know, being a single mom, having a son, and moving forward, like dating. Like, what are some of the things that you think you want in a husband / like stepfather,
Well,
right?
dating is trash. Okay, we don't like to do no dating. Dating is trash. I've been on Tinder, Bumble. I got people in my DMs on Instagram spitting the nonsense. Okay,
Okay,
they spitting Drake verses. I don't have no time.
right.
Dating is hard and it's weird. It's hard because, and I don't mean to offend the fellas, but I'm just gonna be I'm gonna be very honest and transparent. Dating is hard because men are y'all needy a little bit. Okay, men are needy. You guys need a lot.
How we needy?
I think you need a lot of attention. I think you need a lot. That's just my personal.
You can't like say the same for
I
women.
don't know how to explain it. Men,
You don't
they
think
need
that
a lot
women
of.
need a lot of attention.
No, I think we do, but I think y'all require a lot more. Like when y'all sick, y'all can't pull it together. Y'all expect the shorty to
my
come
God.
and get you together. And let me tell you something. Dating is hard. I have a man at home. He is 4 years old. He's not
a man.
No. Time out. Let me
Stop
explain.
it. Stop it.
But you're not there yet. You could probably contest. You're not there yet. Let me tell you. I have somebody at home who is demanding. He need his clothes washed. He need to eat. Okay. I don't think I have the capacity for another grown one.
You're not ducking this by saying, you just love your
she
son
I
and all
didn't
this.
say
But she's
none
saying
of
this.
that.
She
I
trying
didn't
to get
say
in the
none of
game,
that.
but she not
I'm
looking
trying
for
to say
nothing serious right now. That's what she's saying.
what I'm saying is what I want for future. I'm going to be very transparent. Maybe Lou can get it. What I'm looking for as a single mom, I'm looking for somebody who's going to accept me for everything that I come with. Okay. So when I say that, I mean when I'm coming to the situation, you're not asking me to chop and screw nothing. Right? Okay. I've spent 4 years working on myself. I've spent 4 years working on being a single mom and being successful in a single mom. I've worked on my co-parenting relationship. I've worked on my other relationships with people in my life. Right. My sister, I worked on my family relationships. You cannot come in my life and expect me to chop and screw that.
I mean, but how about, all right, so we supposed to just take you as you are?
I'm not saying take me as I am. I'm saying come in with a little bit more understanding than the average bear.
Okay.
Right? So, like, for example, and I'm going to be very honest, my co-parenting relationship is very weird. When I answer the phone, it's, good morning, how you doing? It ain't, hey, yo, didn't I tell you? It ain't that type situation. So you don't know who I'm talking to on the phone. And then when you see it, it's like, oh, why you being so nice? Because they've never experienced that before.
Right.
And that's not true.
But
I'm telling, that's what I've experienced.
Oh, true.
So I can only go off of what I've experienced. The audience
listen,
don't help, right?
Right.
So I'm just going off of what I've experienced dating.
Right.
Right. I'm also just going off of I have boundaries, right? When you come in, you have boundaries. How do we? I'm gonna be honest. I'm an immovable force. My dad built some brick houses, okay? Me and my sister are brick houses. You got to do a lot to take a brick down, okay? So I'm going to need patience from a man. I can give you all of the patience in the world, but I'm also busy. I'm a full-time mom. I'm a full-time student. I work full-time. And so I'm a boss. All throughout my life, I'm a boss at work, I'm a boss at home, and I get my stuff done at school. So let me ask you a question. How many men do you know, and I'm just going off experiences, there's not a lot of men that I've experienced in my life to be like a boss in terms of starting a relationship with me. Does that make sense?
You need somebody like how I did it. Like I just kind of like
hijack
think
somebody's
he giving himself
situation.
a lot.
No, I'm just playing, but
I think you was softy. I think he talk a lot. I think you was softy for real.
No, but
we need Vanya in the comments. Vanya, he's softer and all.
Yeah, I mean, ask her. I don't know, but my thing is, I do think when you talk about somebody coming to a relationship, accepting somebody for what they have, and giving them space to grow and respecting the person that they had to morph into because of their circumstances. I always talk to Varnia about like what really allowed me to love her was not judging her by circumstances, right? Like not judging her, she got a kid and all this stuff. It just allowed me to come in and take her for who she is. So that sounds like kind of the fresh start you looking for.
Yeah, it's not about what you say, it's about what you do. I'm about that move. I'm about you making sure that your body good and you protecting yourself and your aura and your energy, like, and I'm gonna be honest, as much as I've been looking on Bumble and Tinder, and pay us, right? as much as I've been looking on those websites, I'm gonna just put it down and be very honest. God gonna send me when I'm ready. He gonna send him when he ready.
Right.
I can't go out there and keep looking for something because I'm gonna get all these. I do not like frogs.
So my whole thing is, you sound like a super alpha woman, right?
Don't say that.
Like,
But
yo,
that's
so
how you talk.
You talk like an alpha woman. So my
See,
whole
that's the beard I was talking about. When I go, we were talking earlier. When I go on a date, I had to like step it back because I was ordering a beer, and the young man in here said, "Nah, she done for." And I like beer. I want to go to the. If you ask me what I want, I don't want no little cocktail.
I mean, I drink beer, so I would just order your beer. But I'm just saying,
That's not alpha. That's just me.
you a boss, right? So my thing is, so first of all, so now you got to look for a beta guy, or you got to look for somebody that's going to play.
I don't want a beta. I want if I'm a boss everywhere else. When I come home, I expect you to be a boss, and that's just a fact.
Are you gonna be able to turn that switch on and off?
That switch gonna go off, honey. I talk all this crap now. I am pudding. I am pudding. But also, again, like I said,
I think that
I'm gonna be honest. My view of family, as alpha as it may sound, is very old school. I do not think, and I'm going to get a whole bunch of hate in your comments, and you about to get all these ratings.
Don't get canceled.
I'm going to get canceled. Don't at me, okay? I'm just going to be very honest and transparent, and I've always said this. If I choose to be a wife and a mother, I have to be a wife and a mother.
right.
Forget everything else that I got on my plate. I plan to be a doctor somewhere, right? Not a medical doctor because I don't like blood. But I'm saying I'm gonna be doctor somebody, in the future.
Right.
So if I'm at work handling everybody else, when I come home and you married me, you expect me to be a wife and a mom,
Right.
and that's what I have to do. I don't think that's the mindset that our society has for women, and to be honest, I understand the progression, but reality of the situation is if I decide to be your wife and I decide to be a mother, when I come home, I have to do those things.
Right.
So if you decide to be my husband and you decide to be a father, you have to come home and do that. I don't want no excuses. I'm tired. But also, that's part of growing in a relationship. We have to sit down and have a conversation about the expectation that I have for a father for my son. Now let's keep in mind, like I said, he has a dad, but a bonus dad, you got to be a dad too,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
So
that's
you
true.
have to but that's part of a conversation, and I'm going to be very honest and transparent. I think when you become a parent, there's a level of maturity that you acquire that people who do not have kids don't acquire.
That's a fact.
And so that conversation is hard to have with people that I'm dating because you ain't got no kids.
Right.
You don't know what it's like to be waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning because he want a Snickers. First of all, you don't even eat chocolate. Go in your bed. You don't get it. You don't understand. You don't know what
my
that's
God.
like because you've never experienced it.
Yo.
Or in terms of you don't know how to react. You don't know how to react if I say, this is my baby father. If I introduce y'all, you kind of already on guard because, not that this has happened, but this is my expectation. You're already on guard because you expected him to come with some nonsense. And I could almost 100% promise you. I set him up on more dates than, because we, I mean, somebody got to pay for college. So we try, the bonus mom, the bonus dad got to pay for something. So, no, but in all seriousness, my fear with dating is the maturity level and to be honest, an expectation of you're not going to be open to my situation. Because from the outside looking in, it's messy. It looks messy.
Nah,
No,
it don't sound easy. It don't sound
No,
easy.
that ain't easy.
You know what don't sound easy about her situation though, and I think you probably need to look at this. She wants somebody basically to be on autopilot and be like,
That's not what I'm
no, and love themselves while she be a mom, while she go to school, while she work, and you gotta take like 60% effort and fall in love in the 60. Cause it's gonna be hard to get the 100.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I want you to be open.
Open is not the problem. You busy.
Open is I
Then she
am
hit us with
busy.
I'm
But that's-
busy.
She got
So
2,000
but this is
things.
what I'm saying. I am busy.
Right.
But you're a parent. You busy or no?
I'm always busy.
Okay, so my thing is you have to be open to the fact that I'm busy. I'm going to make the time.
All right.
Because you make time for what you want to make time for, am I right? Okay, so I'm gonna make the time.
All right.
But reality of the situation is I need somebody who's going to be patient. And I already know that. I have a lot going on. There's a lot on my plate. I come with a lot.
What you feel like is complicated about your co-parenting situation and integrating somebody into that?
Cause she Joe.
What does that mean? I'm not from here, so you guys speak English.
She be hype. she buddy with him. She hype and.
Yeah,
But what's buddy? But so we have a good. I'm not gonna sit here and act like we don't have a good relationship. We have a good relationship.
I'm not knocking it. I'm just elaborating for the listeners.
But you saying I'm Joe? That's not a good. No, I don't like that. Switch the word. Change the word.
Why do you think that that's a problem?
Because people are not used to that.
Men.
No. Because even women, it's not even men, it's women. I've had women and men tell me to go to court for no reason. I didn't give you nothing. I didn't give you no reason. The fact that you know that me and him wasn't together, you instantly said go to court. Let me tell you something. You see, we made a human, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody got to be an adult. And so if that had to be me for 4 years and be patient with that co-parent and say, listen, this is what I think we should do. This is how we communicate. A lot of people just don't have no patience and they stuck in their feelings, right? I'm not stuck in my feelings. Let me tell you something, no disrespect. I love my son to death, but we got business to handle. Mm. You and Vanya got business to handle when it comes to them kids.
Right.
So I can't be messing around or playing footsies with you. Because he got to live at the end of the day. He got stuff to do. And again, I don't live in the same area where he grew up, right? So my son is experiencing different things. I mean, it was just this past summer, we in a park and he like, whoa, you live different. Because it's all these different type of people around.
Right.
He's not used to that.
Right.
We take my son to the pizza shop and he getting served pizza on. He like, hold up, time out. What's this? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a different experience. And so, just to be very honest and very transparent, it is not the easiest thing in the world to co-parent.
No,
but I fortunately had women in my life who have co-parented without the law involved and said, this is a struggle, but for your kids, it's worth it. Right? I don't regret nothing in my 4 years with my co-parent or anything like that. Where we are today and how we are able to communicate, even if we're mad, that's priceless. For all the patience I have. So my whole thing is like he said, you call it Joe. That's how and that's exactly what you Joe with him. And ain't we supposed to be on good grounds talking about little
cool.
men?
Yeah,
right.
Cool.
So why are you not cool with that? Anybody you with in a relationship should be okay with you having good communication with your other kid's parent. If they can't, that's not somebody you need to be with.
Right, you probably right.
I'm probably right. Woo.
Yeah, you right.
Dive into that next episode.
No, so we gonna play this game called Documented Quality Time. Drake got the questions, man, and you got to pick either or. Like, what will you be more likely caught doing?
Right.
As a parent.
Playing basketball with your son or playing video games?
Oh, we be playing basketball.
For real? At 4?
Yeah, because he can't shoot.
He can't shoot.
No.
Disrespecting.
He do like this. He shoot like this up.
Underhand.
So we gotta, I don't know what that's about, bro. So we practicing that because we gotta go to the league because I can't.
Teaching him how to cook or playing tag?
That's hard.
What you mean?
Because my son, no, because he's 4. I would say cook because we we bake and stuff.
Okay.
And they like to put their hands and stuff. So the mess is it. We like a mess. I'm gonna say cook. All
right. Pulling Hot Wheels out the toilet or picking Play-Doh off the wall.
Them Hot Wheels, child. I hate them Hot Wheels.
Yeah, I think my son got one stuck in the toilet. Clogged my drain up.
Let me tell you something. They are everywhere. They are everywhere. I have 20 in the car. He got about 150 somewhere at home. Okay, he got Hot Wheels everywhere. It's ridiculous. Everything. A Monster Truck sponsor us. Monster Truck, the tracks.
Matchbox.
No. Hot Wheels. And then I shop at Acme. So then we go to, that's where I'm going to find my husband at, by the way, Club Acme, because I'm always in the grocery store. So I'm always at Acme, right? And so every time we pass out, got the Hot Wheel. Hot Wheel? Nah, you got all of them. You don't need not one.
That's all we got, bro?
Yeah, that's all we got, bro. So,
Lauren, we want to thank you for coming and blessing More Than a Dad podcast.
Edit in my favor.
We want to thank everybody for listening and watching. The support has been unbelievable.
That's a fact.
You know, until next time.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
We appreciate you for coming.
All right.
All right.
More than a dot, more than a dot.